Right, in the video we're going to be showing you the steps to complete Maxis' side of the Easter egg on Buried for the achievement mind games. And for this Easter egg I need 4 people, but we're going to be doing split screen with the help of my brother for the last step. And before you do any steps, you want to release Huckleberry, open the church with him and turn on the power. And then you want to lock the box with him by feeding him candy next to the box, because you're going to be needing the box later. But we're not going to show any of that in the start of this video. We're just going to go straight to step 1, because just put it out there, like putting the power on and stuff like that's pretty boring. And most of we're going to be doing it at the start. It's not mandatory for you to see, so we'll be skipping step 1 to show you what to do then. The first step for the Maxis side of this Easter egg is to build the gallows, which is located next to the right side of the courthouse door. To fully complete the gallows, you need to find 4 buildable pieces around the map. 2 of these are used for both Richtofen and Maxis' side of this step, so you need to have all 4 parts on either the gallows or the guillotine. Depending on which side you are choosing, we'll be showing Richtofen's Easter egg steps in the next video, so we won't worry about that in this video. The 4 parts of the gallows are located in different areas of the map. The first part, which is the glass tubes, is located in the little side room after jumping across the gap, which has Juggernog underneath it. It should be beside a box spawning location on a stack of crates. The second part, which is a wire, is located next to a furnace after going under the bank and coming up into a room which is just before the room filled with chalks. The third piece is the antenna, which is found on the bottom floor of the barn, leaning against one of the stables near the entrance to the tunnels.
Unless anyone objects.
And the final part of the gallows, which is a battery, is found behind the altar in the church, which you can access after knocking down the barrier with the big guy.
No one would leave this here without good reason.
Once all of these are built onto the gallows, you should hear a transmission from Maxis as soon as your characters finish quoting about putting the piece on. This then leads us to step 2 and smashing the orbs.
Okay, for step 2 you're going to have to build the subsurface resonator and the fan. To find these parts you'll find them across from where the box spawns first, in the house. Get Huckleberry to build these by placing the parts on the table for either the subsurface resonator and the fan. You'll do this by feeding them candy near the table. It's advised you'll need 2 people for this to place the fan and the subsurface resonator next to the 4 orbs placed around the map. The first orb is located near the wheel next to the saloon. You just place the subsurface resonator down and the fan next to it until the orb breaks. The second is located in the tunnels on the route to Quick Revive in a corner. Third is located to the left of the church behind some rocks.
Nope. Just too heavy for me right now.
I take it no one minds if I just leave this here. I think
And the final orb is located behind the witch's house in a corner close to where you re-enter the house. Once this is all done, you should be able to move on to the third step, locating the lantern.
I think I can put this.
Once you have returned to the town, you will be able to find a purple lantern hovering through the map. It can be seen between the saloon, Juggernog, or between the witch's house and the church. Once you have found the lantern, you will need to obtain it. This can be done simply by cooking a grenade and throwing it. If, however, the lantern is left unattended, it will disappear and reappear in the sky elsewhere. Once you have obtained the lantern, a member of your team must pick it up. In your inventory, it will act the same way as the buildable, meaning that you can swap between players. However, if all the buildables are created, this cannot be done. Once you are ready to progress, the player who is carrying the lantern will have to kill presumably 10 to 12 zombies using Huckleberry. This can be done simply by giving them candy during the round. As each kill is carried out, a sound will play signaling that you are doing the step right. Once all the zombies have been killed, the sound will stop and Maxis will begin to speak. The player holding the lantern will be required to travel to the roof of the gunsmith where there will be a drawing of the lantern, and the player must build the lantern onto it, progressing on to step 4.
Step 4 is to be completed after obtaining the time bomb from the box and buying the gallows knuckles off the wall after drawing them. Before doing anything, you need to throw down the time bomb, which will come into use later on. The symbols which appear on the wall in front of where you place the lantern on the roof will be in 3 lines. These 3 lines are code relating to the names of 3 of the 5 signs which are located in the tunnels from the courthouse tunnel entrance to saloon tunnel entrance. The symbols which appear on the wall are almost exactly the same as the phone keypad, but instead of going into detail about how to decode them, I'll just tell you what the starting symbol boxes are, which relate to certain signs. So the first one it could be is C, which is consumption cross. If the starting box on any of the 3 lines of symbols have the left line and the top line of the box missing, along with a red line on the right, then one of your signs is consumption cross. If the first box on any of the 3 lines of symbols has all lines apart from the top line and a red line on the left side, this is the letter D for dry gulcher shaft. For the letter B, which is bone orchid vein, the symbol box will look exactly like for the letter C, but instead of the red line being on the right, it would be in the middle. For the letter L, which is lunga undermines, the starting box on any of the line of symbols will have only the left side missing and the red line on the right. For the final sign, ground biter pits, the letter E can be seen as a box at the start of any of the 3 lines of symbols, but with the top line and the right line missing, along with the red line on the left. You only need to work out the first box on all 3 of the lines of symbols to know which 3 specific signs you'll need for the step 5. Make sure that before going on to do step 5, you have gallows knuckles. A thing to note is that the symbols are different in every game, so everybody's will be different. To test if the 3 signs you've decoded are right, go up to them in the tunnels and punch them with the gallows knuckles, but only them 3, otherwise it won't work. When you've punched a sign, it will light up and it will glow red. You can knock a sign off by punching it again in case you get no indication of it being right after punching the 3 you thought it was. If you do this right and the signs are the correct ones, you should see a purple wisp appear out of the final sign you've punched, along with Maxis speaking about it. This then leads us to one of the trickiest of the steps, step 5.
For step 5, you will need to punch in the code detailed on step 4. Once this has been done, you will notice a wisp appear in front of the signs. Basically what you need to do is kill zombies around it. The zombies you need to kill to keep the wisp going will be electrified with a purple aura and begin to run if they aren't already. If you fail to keep the wisp going, it will eventually shrink and disappear, meaning you'll have to punch the code in again. An important thing to note is that you can change the order in which people can punch the symbols, however it must be the same signs. If you decide to change the order, the wisp will change its path. Feel free to keep changing the orders to find a path that you find easiest. A good technique to use is to have the other 3 members of your team running zombies around in locations that the wisp travels past. Once you've completed this step, you will have escorted the wisp to the gallows. To finish this step, you must use the time bomb that you placed earlier, and then repeat step 5 again, bearing in mind that the code will remain the same as the first time you did it. You will then hear Maxis speak again, leading on to step 6.
For step 6, you need to have the whole team of 4 separated to certain points of the map. 1 person in the upstairs room by the candy shop, 1 person on the top floor of the barn, 1 person in the bottom floor of the courthouse, and most importantly, someone in the room after going through the passage behind the bookshelf in the witch's house. There will be a light box on the chair in this room of the witch's house. When pressed, this lights up certain bulbs. There is 9 bulbs, and these 9 bulbs are connected to 9 bells in 3 sets of 3. The 3 left horizontal bulbs are connected to the 3 bells inside the candy shop upstairs. The middle 3 horizontal bulbs are connected to the 3 bells which are in the upstairs of the barn, and the 3 right horizontal bulbs are connected to the 3 bells in the courthouse. This is why each player is at these separate locations. The top light on the left side of the light box is indicating the bell, which is located on the table directly in front of you as you enter the room upstairs in the candy shop. The middle left light is indicating the bell on to the far right of the same room, and the bottom left light indicates the bell, which is on the chair on the right door as you enter the room. All of these are for the candy shop bells. Now it's for the middle set of lights. The top middle light bulb is connected to the bell on a set of air bells, which is the furthest to the front of the barn. This bell is furthest away from the other two. The middle light is connected to the bell to the right on top of the banister. The bottom middle light is connected to the bell on the hay bales to the left of you, just after entering the barn through the bridge entrance. Now for the final set of lights, which are on the right side. These lights are connected to the bells in the courthouse, but in a weird way. For this to be at its easiest, you will need to stand at the bell, which is on the little desk near where the judge's desk is, and it also is closest to the metal box, which should be in a room behind you when in the right position. Okay, so the top right light is connected to the bell, which is to the right of the courthouse entrance, on a bench beside the door. The middle right light is connected to the bell, which is where you were standing near the judge's desk and the metal box. And finally, the bottom right light is connected to the bell, which is on the table directly in front of the judge's desk. Now that is explained, it's time to connect them. The player at the light box needs to press X on the light box and call out to the players, telling them which light is lit up. Then the players need to press their specific bells to the specific lights. For example, if the player shouts that the top left light is on the light box, then the player in the candy shop is to know that that is the bell that is located on the table directly in front of the entrance on the desk. You press the bell and it should turn the light green, and another light should appear, and it does that until all of the lights are turned green. This can take a lot of time and is best to get the big guy to look after a crawler again. This step is quite buggy and sometimes lights don't light up, meaning you have to reset it by pressing any bell. And another note is that pressing the wrong bell to the wrong light means all of the previous correctly done lights have switch off, so think about which bell goes to which light that is being called out. You also only get roughly 10 seconds when a light is being lit up to match the bell to it, so you have to think quick. Once this is fully done, Maxis should speak, and then you're ready for the final step.
The final step is sharpshooter. For this step you will need 4 players located around the map. Cardboard cutouts should spawn in 4 corresponding locations after you press X to make a wish on the fountain located outside the witch's house next to the church. The first place you will need to stand is near Juggernog in order to see the cutouts, which you must shoot. You will know if you hit the targets as they make a noise. The second person will have to stand outside in front of the witch's house near a tree. Third place is located outside the candy shop. Be careful standing here as some will spawn behind you on a rock. The fourth person will have to stand in the saloon upstairs. It is recommended that for this step you buy the perk speed caller if you need to reload, and the PDW to shoot with hit the targets. Each person must hit all of their targets to gain the permanent perks and the achievement mind games. There are no sound confirmation for this. Basically, it just shows the perks up at the bottom of the screen. That's the end of the Easter egg, really. The only hard part about this Easter egg, really, is just everyone has to hit all of their targets, or it won't work. Pretty much it.
Such folly plays little role in my decision-making.
Right, let's do this. Watch it. Oh my god. Right, come on. Yep. Oh my god.
Press it.
Alright, just do it. Just... No. Oh my god, no.
The process has begun. Now I control the ether's energy. I can at last reach Agatha.
No.
Gratefully, I must inform you that neither the earth nor its Once the gateway is open, I will finally be reunited with my dearest Samantha. Hello? Are you forgetting something? Even if your wretched daughter is still alive, she has my body! If you are so eager to re-enter the physical world, I will grant you that fish!
Not here.
I agreed.
Okay, do you want to carry on with rounds to show the red eyes?
No, I go for that. But one warning, I did forget to record at the start. I'll go everything else.
Did you tell me you got the button pressed?
I got the, no, I mean like, not in the capture card, in the mic.
Oh, right.
You can't. He's so scary looking actually. Does this song repeat the entire duration of this game?
Oh, but you can put it on, you just have to press the teddy in the box.
Oh.
How weird is that?
And what reward do we get for this? Nothing!
There's gotta be something you can do. Yeah, split screen doesn't need to be alive anymore.
So there you go folks, the Maxis ending. Well, buried.
Yeah. I can hear it.
I wanna see it, I wanna see it, I wanna catch it on video.
I think that's him over there. He's next to Levi.
Levi. There, he's there.
No, he's not. He's there.
Oh my god, no.
So weird.
Well, I know what I'm spending this game doing. Putting money back in the bank. So what we're doing, do we end the video here?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed my shitty low quality video.
Don't forget to message us in the comments down below if you need help doing this Easter egg, because that's what we're here for.
Yeah, we're more committed to helping other people as we did it with randoms on Mob of the Dead. Yay!
Yeah, we've done it with a random on this as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, French random.
I know, which is even better.
But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. We'll see you next time. Ta-ta! Sleep tight.
Yeah.